There was a small village named Chandrapur where everyone lived together happily. The village head was Monlal, a very strict man. He did not tolerate dishonesties and cheatings in the village, whether by the traders and anyone else, and punished wrongs doers severely. In this village lived a farmer named Sitaram. He was a goodsman who farmed and also sold grains. He had a wife named Somans and two children, Minas and Chandus. Streams always wakes up early and then took advice from Ramus Rakhas who worked on the farms about the day's work, and then he would go to his shops. One day Chandus comes to Sitaram's shops and said,
Father, mother ordered some rice and lentils. Son, I sent all the grains yesterday. How did they finish so fast? Anyway, take these.
Sitaram's green shops was near their house, so Minas and Chandus often came there to kill times with their little task.
Father, mother ordered some goods today.
No, father. She ordered a lot of items today. Oh, your mother clears out the entire shop like this every day. If we use all the grains at home, what will I sell to customers? Here is the stock. Now go to home.
And Mom said to bring 1 kilo of sweets when you come back in the evening. And if you don't bring it, no dinner for you.
Oh, yes. You both are becoming just like your mother.
Sitaram's shops was doing well and he was living happily with his families. Little did he know that he was heading towards a tough times become of Singarams who came to the village with his families after losing his city's shops. He wanted to start a new business in the village.
This village already has 4 or 5 sweet shops, 3 or 4 utensil shops, and a clothes shop too. What should I do? Oh yes, there is only one grain shop here. I should open a grain shop.
Singrams quickly opened his green shops, but customers did not visit his shops. Everyone buys grains from Sitaram's shops.
Diwali is coming soon, but no one is buying from my shop. First, I need to get rid of this Sitaram on my way. I don't know what magic he has used, but everyone goes to his shop. No one wants to buy from me. I need to do something, so he leaves the village soon. Let me think something to get rid of Sitaram.
Once late night, as Sitaram was closing his shops to go home, Sangrams disguised himself and came to Sitaram's shops.
Hey Sitaram, you are the one, right? I have come from the neighboring village. I have heard great things about your shop. My daughter's wedding is next month, so I need lots of grain. Yes, you will get all the grains you need. People say well of us. Whenever there is wedding or program, grains come from our shop.
Singrams placed a large orders for grains with Sitarams and paid an advance before going home. Sitarams was very happy about these big orders, but now he had to buy the grains, so he took all the monies from homes and bought more grains. Singrams was watching Sitarams carefully, so Sitarams placed all the grains in the shops that very night. Singrams set fires to Sitaram's shops, hearing the fires. Some villagers ran towards Sitaram's house and one man knocked at the doors and shouted,
Sitaram! Sitaram! Come outside quickly! Your shop is on fire!
Hearing this, Sitaram runs outside and went to the shops. With the man, he saw his shops burns to ashes. Seeing his bodies burnt, Sitaram fainted and fell. The villagers took him to the city's hospitals immediately. The doctors, after examining Sitaram,
He has had a heart attack. We must operate immediately or it will be life-threatening. Please inform his family soon.
Just then Sitaram's wife's summons arrives at the hospitals. The people with Sitaram explains everything told by the doctor's summons to the doctor.
Doctor, please operate immediately. I will arrange the money. Doctor, just save his life, please.
Doctors agreed and prepared to operate. Summons sat outside the operations theatres praying with others who had come after 4 to 5 hours. The doctors came out and says,
The operation was successful, but he needs to stay under observation for at least 30 days, which will cost a lot. Hope you can manage the expenses.
Doctor, don't worry about money. I will pay all your hospital bills.
All right then. Please pay the operation bill by tomorrow and the rest when he is discharged. This is best I can do for you.
Saying this is the doctor's left. Now someone had no after options but to sell her farm's land. She went to her village, sold the crops and the paid the surgery bills. After about a month, Sitaram's health improved a lot, but to pay the hospital's expenses, someone had to mortgage their house to Sangam's. After coming home, Sitaram's hugs her children and started crying. Then someone went to him and comfortable.
Don't be discouraged. You have never harmed anyone, so nothing bad will happen to us. You see, our tough time will pass. Maybe God has something better for us. Don't worry. We will work hard together and then get everything back. If life is saved, we can earn millions.
Hearing someone's words, Sitaram felt some hopes soon. Both Sitaram and someone started working hard. Sitaram worked day and nights doing any jobs he could find and also started some business. Meanwhile, Sangram could not accept that Sitaram was earning and planning to repay his loans and take back his house. The next day, Sangram went to Sitaram's house and spoke to someone.
Listen, sister, I need the money I gave you with interest by tomorrow. Otherwise, I will take possession of your house. I really need the money. If you don't give it, I will auction your house.
But brother, when I mortgaged the house, I asked for a year's time. It's only been 4 months.
Oh wow! A thief is a thief. There is no time for goodness anymore. I helped you and now you are lecturing me? No way. I want my money by tomorrow or you'll have to vacate your house. Understand? Tomorrow I'll come with the village head.
Sitaram and someone had no money to save their house. They had no choice but to leave the house. The next day, Sangram came with the village heads to Sitaram's house.
Sitaram, I know you well. You are a good man. But you must repay Sangram. If you can't, you must vacate your house and leave this village. Hope you understand the seriousness of matter.
Hearing the village head's words, Sitaram was shocked and confused. But in that village, no one could go against the village head's decisions. So Sitaram took some belonging and left the village with his families.
Father, where will we go now?
I don't know, daughter. We don't have any relatives. We have been living in this village for years. Suman, what have you brought in that bag?
I saved some rice from home. Now we will stop somewhere on the way, light a fire and cook the rice. At least the children won't sleep hungry.
Sitaram's families walked all days. When it got dark, they stopped under a trees. Then Sitaram told his children,
Children, we should face hard times with a smile. Difficulties are part of life. Until we find shelter, let's consider this journey a little trip and move on.
That night, Sitaram's family slipped into the forest. The next day, they reached a village and by evenings built a small house together. Sitaram's wife lit a fire outside and started cooking rice. Sitaram gathered leaves from the tree to make beds for the children. Just then, an old woman came to them.
Son, my husband and I have been hungry for 5 days. Can you give me some rice? If you don't, my husband will die. Mother, we have nothing to give.
Suman, I think this old woman is hungrier than us. We should share our rice with her.
But if we give her the rice, then what will we and children eat?
Come on, Suman. Tonight we'll drink just water and endure. Tomorrow morning I will find some work in the village and bring food. Trust God. The old woman needs this rice more. Helping those in need is our duty.
Sitaram gives all the foods to the old woman. That night the family slept hungry. In the mornings, Chandus and Meenas cried.
Mom, we are very hungry. Please give us something to eat.
Hearing this, Sitaram immediately went to the village to find work. On the way, he meets the same old woman he helped last night.
Son, you are the kind man who helped me last night. For this, I want to give you this pressure cooker.
Before the Sitaram could say anything, the old woman gives him the cookers and disappeared.
Hey, where did she go after giving me this pressure cooker? I don't know what to do with an empty cooker. She could have given me some food. How did she suddenly vanish? Well, no matter. This could help us with cooking.
That day, Sitaram searched for work but could not find any. On his way home in the evenings, he found some tubers lying around. He picked some up and told Suman.
Suman, I don't get work today, but I found these veggies on the way. We'll have to manage with them.
That's fine, but where did you get this cooker from?
Oh yes, the old woman who came yesterday gave me this cooker. Boil these raw tubers in it and then we'll eat.
Suman puts the tubers in the cookers and after a while when she opens it, she was shocked and the raw tubers had turned into gold. She explained.
Just see! How is this possible?
Sitaram gives Suman more things to boil and asked her to check everything that was boiled in the cookers turns into gold. Seeing this, Sitaram and Suman became very happy. Sitaram sold some gold and moved with his families to a nearby village. With the help of the magical cookers, he bought, landed and then repainted green shops. He also helped poor villagers a lot. Sitaram used the magical cookers only when necessary. His kindness became famous far and wide. Everyone praised Sitaram. Near Sitaram lived Bhavas, relatives of Sangams. One day Sangams came to Bhavas' house for some work. Bhavas greeted.
Hey Sangram brother, long time no see. How are things at home? Tell me. I'm fine, Bhuvan. I was passing through for business, so I thought I would meet you. Oh wow, you are welcome. Rest for a while.
Sangram's eyes caught sight of a large house near Bhavan's home and he asked,
Bhuvan brother, has some rich trader moved next door? That house looks very grand. Yes, Sangram brother. He is a trader and a very good man. That's our Sitaram brother. He helps everyone and has helped me many times too. We consider ourselves lucky to have a neighbor like Sitaram. He is truly a God soul.
Sangram was surprised to hear Sitaram's names and asked,
Has he been living in your village a long time? No, only for about 2 years. Why do you ask, Sangram brother? Oh, nothing much. Just curious.
After the Sitaram arrives at his home, seeing him, Sangram becomes furious and thoughts to himself.
How did Sitaram earn so much money in 2 years? I left him as a beggar in his village. How did he suddenly become so wealthy? There must be some trick. I must find out the truth. Let me find out.
After the dinner, the Sangrams and Bhavans lay down to sleep outside. As soon as Bhavans fell asleep, Sangrams snacks to Sitaram's house and peeked through the windows. Sitaram and his wives were talking and Sangrams listening everything secretly.
Dear, today we must use our magical cooker to make gold because in 2 or 3 days I have to pay school fees for orphan children. Now that we have this cooker, let's help as many people as we can and make homeless people smile.
Yes, you are absolutely right. If that old woman hadn't given us this magical cooker, I don't know what would have happened. Because of it, we became rich and also helped many people. Wait, I'll get the cooker.
Hearing this, Sangram's eyes wide too quietly watched from the windows how Sitaram and his wives made gourds with the magical cookers. When they finished, Sitaram kept the gourds in a safe place, placed the cookers back and went to sleep. After a while, Sangram snacks into Sitaram's house, took the magical cookers and left. Next morning, Sangram told Bhavans he was leaving and went home. Meanwhile, Sitaram and someone woke up and could not find their magical cookers. Someone cried. Sitaram said to someone,
Dear, maybe the magical cooker was only ours for a moment. It has given us so much already. Now we can earn from our business and help people. Oh yes, I almost forgot. I talked with the village head and bought back our house and land from Sangram by paying him fully. Tomorrow we will return to our village.
That's wonderful. The magical cooker really returned everything to us and it has made us even wealthier than before. We will go back tomorrow. I'm so excited. Why wait? Why want to see our home now? Come on, the children will be so happy.
All right, get your things ready. I'll arrange the journey.
Here's Sangram was very happy. He reached home and began boiling rice in the magical cookers, eagerly waiting for it whistles. He was very ready to get gold for that magical cookers.
Oh, when will it whistle? Hurry up, I'm going to become the richest man.
Suddenly, the village heads arrived at Sangram's house and called to him loudly. Hearing his voice, Sangram came out and asked,
Hey Sarpanji, what's wrong? Why are you shouting so loudly? Sangram, I have come to get the keys to Sitaram's house. He is returning now and has paid you all your money. Hand over the keys to me now. I need to return to him. All right, I'll give them. Old man, you have no idea he doesn't have the magical cooker anymore. He has to come back to the village anyway.
Sangram went inside, took the keys and came out to the village heads. Suddenly, the cookers exploded, destroying Sangram's entire house. Seeing these, Sangram cried,
Oh my God! Oh God! What has happened to me? My greed has left me nowhere. My house! I lost everything.
The village heads listening to Sangram and learns that he had started the fires in Sitaram's green shops and was involved in bad dealings. The heads and villagers then explained Sangram and warmly welcomed Sitaram back.
This story teaches us the saying, beware of friends with bad intentions. Your face will be blackened, which proves true.